Top 10 reasons your family is not safe in 2025. In 2025, the American family faces unprecedented risks from multiple fronts: economic instability, crime, food insecurity, and failing public services. What once seemed like routine concerns have escalated into real threats that affect daily life. Here are the top 10 reasons why your family is not safe in 2025. 1. Fresh produce shortages and food insecurity. Fresh produce shortages have become a nationwide issue, largely driven by a lack of immigrant labor. ICE crackdowns and stricter immigration enforcement have significantly reduced the number of available farm workers, leading to lower crop yields and supply chain disruptions. Many farms, particularly those in California, Florida, and Texas, have reported labor shortages of 20% or more, resulting in unharvested crops and higher prices for consumers. These labor gaps have also contributed to increased food waste and financial strain on agricultural businesses, further exacerbating the problem. The impact of these shortages extends beyond farms and grocery stores, affecting restaurants, food processing plants, and distribution centers. With fewer workers available to harvest and transport fresh produce, delays in supply chains have become more common, leading to reduced availability in supermarkets and a rise in imported goods. This increased reliance on imported produce has further driven up costs, as transportation and tariff expenses add to the final price consumers pay. 2. Crime rates on the rise. Violent crime has surged in major metropolitan areas. Cities such as Chicago, Baltimore, and Detroit have seen an increase in violent crime rates of 10 to 15% since 2022. Law enforcement agencies struggle with officer shortages, slower response times, and rising public distrust, making it harder to keep neighborhoods safe. 3. School violence and mass shootings. Parents continue to worry about the safety of their children in schools. The U.S. Department of Education has reported an 8% increase in school-related violent incidents. Some districts, particularly in urban areas, have seen a 20% rise in threats, shootings, and attacks on teachers and students. The lack of effective security measures has left many families feeling vulnerable. 4. Inflation and cost of living crisis. The cost of living has skyrocketed, with inflation remaining at 5 to 7% annually since 2022. Essential goods and services, including groceries, housing, and transportation, have become unaffordable for many households. In major cities, the cost of living index has increased by 10 to 15%, forcing families to make difficult financial decisions just to survive. 5. Homeowners insurance failing to pay claims. Homeowners are struggling to get insurance companies to cover damages from natural disasters and other emergencies. A survey by the National Association of Insurance Commissioners found that 25% of homeowners have had claims delayed or denied, leaving them financially vulnerable when disaster strikes. 6. Government restructuring and job layoffs. A 12% reduction in the federal workforce between 2022 and 2024 has left public services stretched thin. Private sector layoffs have also surged, with an 8% increase in job cuts reported in 2023. Families face job instability, making it harder to plan for the future or afford basic needs. 7. Healthcare worker shortages. Hospitals and clinics are experiencing severe staffing shortages. The American Hospital Association reports a shortfall of 10,000 nurses and 5,000 physicians across key regions. Emergency response times have increased, and access to quality healthcare has diminished, putting lives at risk. 8. Bird flu and public health risks. Outbreaks of avian influenza, bird flu, have disrupted food supplies and created health concerns. Over 400 confirmed outbreaks have occurred across more than 30 states since 2022, leading to the culling of over 20 million birds. While human infections remain rare, the possibility of viral mutations raises concerns about a future pandemic. 9. Supply chain disruptions and rising tariffs. Tariff fluctuations and labor shortages in key industries have led to increased delays and higher costs for essential goods. Imported products are more expensive, and domestic manufacturing has struggled to meet demand, causing empty shelves and unpredictable market conditions. 10. Law enforcement challenges and civil unrest. Many police departments report officer shortages of up to 15%, leading to longer emergency response times and increased crime rates. Additionally, protests, strikes, and civil unrest have become more frequent, further destabilizing communities. Conclusion. Preparing for an uncertain future, the United States in 2025 presents a host of challenges that make it difficult for families to feel safe. Crime, economic struggles, food insecurity, and failing public services all contribute to an environment of instability. The changing of the guard in 2025 brings its own cuts and circumstances. Staying informed, preparing for emergencies, and demanding policy changes are essential steps for protecting your family in these uncertain times.